Hey guys, it's FishyFisher coming at you with a brand new episode of Nothing Harder. You don't know what this show is about. Basically, I'm playing Super Smash Bros. Wii U Classic Mode on 9.0 difficulty with every single character in the game. And today, we got the brand new character, Cloud, coming at you. I don't know if this is going to be first on YouTube, I don't really care, but I managed to actually do this on my very first try. Not necessarily because Cloud's very good, I don't know, just because I've been playing good at Smash recently, I guess. But yeah, so Cloud just came out today. He was officially given more details in the direct that came out, as well as announcing two other characters, Bayonetta and Corrin from Fire Emblem. Three characters which I weren't expecting, really. Well, I mean, Cloud we already knew about when he was announced during the Nintendo Direct last month. But Bayonetta and Corrin came as a complete surprise to me. I was just totally expecting Wolf. I mean, I think the entire internet was really expecting Wolf. Oh, I just missed that fully charged thing, eh? But I think the entire internet was expecting Wolf to be in the game, and alas, no. So we're saying goodbye to Wolf, and that Bayonetta seems to be the very last character that will ever be in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Who knows, Sakurai could have just lied to us, but as far as I can tell, I think Bayonetta is the final character that will be in this game. They gotta save something for the next Smash Bros. I mean, seriously, let's be real here. But this is the character we want to talk about today. Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII is, believe it or not, fighting alongside Charizard and Yoshi and Mario and all that stuff in Super Smash Bros. Not gonna lie though, when I saw the first initial trailer, I never played Final Fantasy VII or a Final Fantasy game at all. So I wasn't disappointment, it was just not as hyped as I could have been. And I keep on missing those good fully charged specials. They're really useful. So yeah, I wasn't as hyped as I could be, but playing him, he's a really fun character to play. Probably just because he's new and he's fresh. I think like that's the mentality I'm in. But when I've played him the few times I've played him, which is this run through as well as a few matches with my friend, he just seems really like a fun character. Like he just seems, I don't know, he just seems cool. I don't know, it was kind of weird that they added 3 realistic characters in from this direct, but whatever. 3, I would take any 3 characters, to be honest. But yeah, Cloud is here to stay. He's the only one that actually came out today, so I'm not going to post the other 2 because, well, I can't. They don't actually exist on the game yet. Cloud was the one that actually came out today. And so let's talk about my opinions about him as a character. So he can wall jump, which is pretty cool, and one of the coolest things about him, I don't know why I said wall jump. Why is that something relevant? Who knows? But basically, his gimmick or Cloud's gimmick is the fact that he has this limit breaker option, which basically he has all his specials that he can use normally. But if over time, kind of like very similar to Little Max KO Punch, he can unleash a devastating attack, and I just killed myself. That was my very first death too. I was so annoyed because I was like, this could have been a perfect run, my very first try with Cloud, but I just fast fell through the platforms and felt very sorry for myself and felt like just a darn fool. But anywho, yeah, his limit breaker is really awesome, and that move's really to the side B, but yeah, the limit breaker is so cool because it essentially gives you a one-time use of one of the special moves to use that's super powerful, so much stronger than it actually is. Essentially changes the move completely. So similar to Little Max Kill Punch, but instead of only affecting his neutral B attack, it'll affect all of his attacks. Not to the same scale as Little Max KO Punch, but it certainly is a game changer, as you can see right there with that up B attack. So they're all extremely useful moves. In terms of all the moves that I use in this gameplay, I think the only move that I didn't actually use was his special down B, with his limit broken down B. I don't know if you call it limit broken, blah blah blah, but the limit broken down B is a hurricane effect. If you just do it normally, it charges up your down B. Even though it is always charging, but you can charge it faster with your down B but it does leave you exposed, obviously. But in terms of, ooh, I almost lost my train of thought there. Oh, I did. It's gone. No. Oh yes, his down B special move, Limit Broken, is a completely different move because you can't obviously charge your Limit Breaker if it's fully charged. So what it actually does instead is a hurricane attack, and what that does, it does so little damage, just 1% of damage, is nothing, but has incredible knockback, and that is definitely a really good finisher because I'm assuming that you can finish people off at pretty low percentages. It's, I'm not sure if it's easy to hit or not. I've never personally got a hit with it. I tried it and missed, but, this character's only been out for like a few hours at this point, and I played with him literally 3 times, so I haven't had much experimentation with this character, and I was really shocked that I beat this on my first try, not gonna lie, especially with throwback to Mewtwo, with the whole 60 tries or something like that. Oh, and 1 try honestly just takes so long too, because 1 full gameplay is about 15 minutes, and each try can be up to that length, so you can get tries that are 13 minutes long, blah blah blah, and just fail right at the end and just feel miserable. So you're gonna see me be very cautious at the end. But yeah, Cloud Strife, he is really cool. He has a lot of cool, his attacks, his standard attacks, I think are just awesome. I think they just work with the way I play this game, I guess. Like, it's hard to explain really, but I just find it comes really naturally because I really like Ike's aerial game, and I feel like Cloud is probably a better contender in the air compared to Ike. And he does share a lot of similarities with Ike, to be fair, but not enough for me to consider him anywhere in the clone range, semi-clone or blah blah blah. Honestly, he's just another guy with a giant sword, so, that's probably where the similarities end, and, his forward, air, and slashes are similar, but, that's also like Shulk. Shulk's also very similar, so, it all works extremely different, and, I don't know if there's any sweet spots on his sword, actually. His Buster Sword is really huge, and I don't know how does he carry it? Who knows? That's, that's just basic Final Fantasy questions, Foolishly used my up B there. I don't know why I did. Something's going wrong with my mind. It's probably that pizza that I had. It was really good before. Oh, my train of thought's in a really strange place right now. But I'm just excited to have Cloud. I'm excited to have more stuff. I was so eagerly anticipating this direct. When I heard that there was a leak, I instantly just shut my computer. I threw my phone away. Literally threw it. I almost broke it. Thank goodness I didn't. But angered the people who want to try and get in contact with me during that time. So apologies to those people if you're watching these videos. But I really didn't want to be spoiled, and I came right off the hype train. And the hype train has its final destination soon, but it luckily is not now. But it's kind of we're now in a weird status, I guess, because with this hype train and speculation and all that stuff, there's always, something around the corner, right? There was, another character potentially being announced, and all that stuff. I love that. I love looking at, not real leaks, but, I just love, the whole speculation and the hype behind the characters and stuff, and just knowing, even if there's no characters currently announced, at any moment, Nintendo could post in 2 days, there's a direct coming, and we're probably gonna announce a Smash character, and just gets everyone just so excited, and I just love it so much, and it's so sad that's over now, because, I don't know, it's such a big part of, I don't know, my interest of, who's gonna be next in Smash. And now that there's, we know who's gonna be next in Smash, and we know that there's not gonna be anyone else next after that one in Smash. It's just I don't know. I'm in a weird place. But when Smash 5 comes out, that problem will be solved. But yeah, here we go against the Mii fighters. I'm afraid to kind of use my special abilities because I don't really want to. I don't really want to use it because it will leave me exposed basically, and I'm at 148. I kind of don't really want to lose any more lives. I think overall in this gameplay I only lose about 2 lives, which is actually pretty good for me. I normally lose a life about every other game, something like that. But I did really well with Cloud for just some reason this game. He just must be that good. But yeah, who knows? I think he's not one of the better characters to play Nothing Harder with. I do think characters like Palutena, where they have the reflecting and the countering, I think those are crucial moves. But I'm not, I can't say that. There's a completely different tier list compared to the tier list of characters. Just because they're the best character competitively, like Sheik, doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be the best characters in Nothing Harder. Just because, that those tier lists are based on one-on-one matches. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, which I could most likely am, of course. The way Smash works, the Smash community works. But my theory is that, oh dear, I completely lost my train of thought again. What's going on? I'm just watching this gameplay. It's sweet. This is the Massive Giant going on here, but Yeah. God, I keep on losing my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So, something about Smash community being mad at me. Oh, well. Just be mad at me for that, for forgetting what I was talking about. It'll probably come back to me. But these forms, it's important to charge your limit breaker not during, or not during attack, obviously, but at points like, not this, I almost said like this, at points where there are breaks between the forms. That is essential to charge your limit breaker and then use your range attack to just perform those super powerful slashes. I would say right away, just to start your limit breaker charging again, like I did right there. Just so it gets charging again, you don't risk not having it available for the next one. And one hit's all that you're really gonna get realistically anyway. Oh yeah, and I've actually remembered what I was saying, the tier lists, right? So the tier lists are based on matches, whereas one-on-one matches in competitive modes, whereas Nothing Harder is completely different, right? You never know what's going on. There's items and blah blah blah, all these different variables. So just because they're like Sheik, I don't really think is that great. Nothing Harder, not gonna lie. But if I was like super good at Smash, if my middle name was Zero and all that stuff, I would probably be better. But in terms of I think characters that have counters and can reflect projectiles are so good, especially against these master forms. But yeah, so that's just my 2 cents on that. So Cloud, I don't think he's that great. I just know this in and out because I've done this with almost every single character now. Oh my lord, and and all it's obviously gonna stay the same every single time. So I've just memorized it. It's all a memorization game. It's not that he's better against these characters. It's just that I know what I'm doing, I guess. In terms of like this Master Shadow, this guy's giving me problems. I've never faced a Cloud, right? I've only faced him twice against my roommate, and and he beat me both times. Apparently I'm not that great against Cloud. And as you saw, I was in a very nice position when I started this battle. Yet I'm at 100%. So it is essential that it is very essential that I heal when I can, like as I do right there. But yeah, here's the Master Fortress with Cloud. I didn't really realize that he floats. Is that something from his game? Let me know. Let me know some Final Fantasy trivia and stuff that little hints in his play style and stuff, maybe why things like that in the comments below. I want to know kind of a bit more about this character, just because I've never played Final Fantasy VII, and I don't have a PS4, so I can't play the remake. Or I'm sure I could get some less than legal means of getting Final Fantasy VII, but I'm not into that kind of stuff. So if I do get the game, I definitely would have to go buy a PlayStation 1 and all that, which that's a hefty price. So it's a hefty cost. I kind of want to avoid doing that, to be honest. But still, I got Cloud in Smash, so I get to experience Cloud. I bet not as well as those in Final Fantasy VII, who those who play Final Fantasy VII, but I do want to play that game. It's one of those games that I kind of should play. Kind of like I played Banjo-Kazooie, and I should, I guess, in Mario 64, just because those are like iconic games. And Final Fantasy VII, I've heard of Final Fantasy VII. Everyone's heard of Final Fantasy VII. I gotta play Final Fantasy VII just to know what all the fuss is about, I guess. Similar to Fire Emblems. I mentioned that in a tweet actually earlier today, saying that Fire Emblem gains so much representation in Smash, so there must be a reason why Sakurai loves them so much. I should probably go pick up a game. But again, costs and all that stuff. Maybe get an old GameCube version, but I hear those are pretty expensive, unfortunately. Especially the one that Roy's from. I bet I heard that's like $80 or something used, something crazy like that. But I'm actually approaching the end here, but there's still quite a bit of time left because I'm playing, like I said, very, very cautiously. I'm not taking any chances with silly mistakes, hitting lava. Yet I do get a lot of damage right there. It's very foolishly. But now, I realized that mistake, and I was like, all right, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should take this a little bit more seriously. Had my limit breaker all charged up. Was going to use it on the end there, but I missed that jump, so I was like, oh, I'll just use my recovery, and wasted my limit breaker. Woo! So, oh, well, who cares? It's the very end. I could have used it in the Master Core, but whatevs, man. So yeah, we're rounding up this gameplay, and Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy finishes Classic Mode in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. I never thought I was gonna say that when I started this series of Nothing Harder. Wow. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. I will include at the end of this the victory picture with Cloud as well. It also shows off the custom font from Final Fantasy, which is really awesome. Also, thank you all so much for 3,000 subs. It's great. I just love you all. So, here's the end bit, and I'll see you all in the next video. I didn't answer any questions, just because this is not a normal episode. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and all that lovely stuff. And bye, guys.